Hi, good morning everyone. Today we're going to be talking about fire safety and the workplace on the job site today. And we're going to start with talking about our company's or our job site's EAP, Emergency Action Plan. First of all, we're on every job site when working for this company, you're going to have an EAP, and it's good to know. Once you get to a job site, just look it over and make sure you are familiar with it. And a few things we want you to know on the EAP is how to report the fire to either authorities, upper management, um, or I want you to know your emergency escape route and procedure. There's just going to be procedures for designated employees, so if that's you, that will be initiated in the EAP. And these employees are going to have um, rescue duties as well as headcount duties for after if something bad were to happen. Once you escape and leave, there's going to be a headcount procedure where everyone has to be accounted for, make sure everyone's okay. And on a site, there's going to be two major fire hazard fire hazards, flammable liquids, as well as heating devices, which are pretty common on typical our job site. And we're gonna look. I want you guys to look over some ignition and fuel sources on the site. Make sure everything's all right. If something is wrong, come talk to a safety guy, or most stuff you can move yourself. So I want to show you just a couple examples. We don't want welder near gas, and I don't want to see any gas cans sitting on stairways or exits. It's a hazard for someone tripping on them and spilling and putting fumes in the air that can ignite. This time of the year, we're going to have space heaters up to make sure keep everyone warm. And we want to make sure space heaters are off walls, and we want to make sure there are no flammable materials close to the space heater. That would just ruin a guy's day. Now we know some things that we want to use these things to prevent a fire. And now we're going to talk about if something were to happen. The EAP is going to determine if it's a bigger fire, what to do. If it's a smaller fire, we're going to want to use fire extinguisher. And there's 4 types of fire extinguishers: Class A, B, C, and D. All can be found on the job site. And Class A is used for a wood burning fire, which is more common. We're going to see that if it were to happen on this framing site. These fire extinguishers are going to have a symbol on them, and this one will have a triangle on it. That is used for wood. Class B is used for flammable liquids, gas, and grease burning fires. And the symbol on that fire extinguisher is a square. There's going to be a Class C fire extinguisher used for electrical fires, and that symbol on that fire extinguisher is a circle. Now, Class D is going to be used for combustible metals, and the symbol for that is a star. Now, when using the fire extinguishers, I want everyone to remember this. We're going to use the pass method. P for pulling the pin, A for aiming at the base of the fire, S for squeeze the trigger, and another S for sweeping motion at the base of the fire when you're extinguishing. You want to make a broad spray and effect it as best you can, because they're only going to last for 8-10 seconds. Now, I want to take some time just so you make sure you know this is what we want you to know out of this toolbox talk. Best thing to do is be familiar with our company's or other job sites EAP, Emergency Action Plan. That's going to include, we want to know our escape routes, procedures. We want to know where any fire or first aid kit is. That's for any emergency. As well as we want to know location of fire extinguishers. And one of the bigger things is we want to keep our areas clean and clutter free to erase potential emergency situations before they actually happen.